This is Unit 3, Section 5. Example 1 has 8 parts. It's a mortgage question. Steph and Jen are purchasing a home and have had their offer of $249,000 accepted by the seller. They will be putting 15% down on the home and paying 2 points at closing for a 7% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Their combined monthly income is $7,428.50, and they have 2 car loans with monthly payments of $223.76 and $399.74. The estimated taxes and insurance due monthly on the home is $165, and $115 respectively. So we're going to compute the down payment, loan amount, and points, compute the adjusted monthly income and qualifying amount of 28% AMI, determine the monthly payment. Do they qualify for a mortgage? In other words, is the total monthly payment less than 28% AMI? What is the total amount of the mortgage that's being financed? What is the total cost of the house, including the down payment and points? And how much of the cost of the house is interest? How much of the first monthly payment goes to principal and how much of it goes to interest? So it kind of covers all the possible questions in one big question. So in example 1, they asked us to compute the down payment, the loan amount, and the points. So the cost of the house we can put in here. It was $249,000. So $249,000, and we have 2 points. Now for the down payment, we can't put in a percent, so we have to go on the side on our calculators, 249,000 times the 15%. So it was $37,350. And that tells us our loan amount is $211,650, and our points is $4,233. So for Part B, it asks us to compute the adjusted monthly income and the qualifying amount of 28% AMI. To compute the adjusted monthly income, we're going to start with the monthly income of 7,428.50. So monthly income first. And then you subtract any loan payments for any loans that the homeowners already have. And that, for example, would be car payments. That's pretty common. So we're going to subtract $223.76 and subtract $399.74. And that gives us our adjusted monthly income of $6,805. So $6,805 is our adjusted income. Now I can go back to my calculator. I can put in that adjusted monthly income, $6,805, and it tells us the 28% AMI of $1,905.40. Question C asks us to determine the monthly payment. So we're going to go down here. Notice our principal's already carried down for you from up above. So we don't, that's why it's green. We don't want to write in there. But we can put in our annual percentage rate of 7%. We're going to have monthly payments, so 12 a year. And it's a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, so 30 years. Boom. And it calculates the rest. So it tells us altogether there's 360 periods. Our monthly payment is $1,408.113, and it rounds it for you to $1,408.11. So that's our monthly payment. So we also have to put in the taxes of $165 and the insurance of $115 to figure out our new total monthly payment of $1,508.42. We compare that to the 28% AMI to see that it is lower than 28% AMI, so it is okay. We do qualify for the mortgage. Question E is, what's the total amount of the mortgage that's being financed? So we notice the total installment price is $506,919.60. That's the total points. It's $1,408.11 times that 360 months. Okay. So the total amount of the mortgage is $506,919.60. The total cost of the house, including the down payment and the points, is over here on the right, $336,852. Here's the finance charge, and here's the cost of the house. So how much of the house is interest? It's that $295, $269.60. So the next question is, how much of the first monthly payment goes to principal and how much goes to interest? We're going to use the simple interest calculator to determine the amount of interest on the first payment. Our principal here is the $211,650 that we're financing. Our rate is 7%. And our time is going to be 1 divided by 12, 1 year divided by 12. So 0.0833. So using the simple interest calculator, so we can put in our principal $211,650, our 7%, and our time of 0.0833. And it tells us we have an interest of $1,234.13. So we're going to take our actual payment and subtract $1,234.13, and that'll tell me how much is principal, and because this is the amount that's interest. So our payment, we calculated to be $1,408.11, and we subtract our interest, which the simple interest calculator told us was $1,234.13, and that will tell us what our principal that's being applied to our mortgage that first month. So it's not much. It's a lot less than you might think. So 1408.11 minus 1234.13 gives us 173.98. So while your first payment on your mortgage is $1,400, only $174 approximately is actually coming off of the amount that you owe at the beginning. The longer you own your house, then the higher the amount of principal that will be taken off, and at the end, you're just taking off principal at the end. Example 2 is an adjustable rate mortgage. Kelsey purchased a condo for $275,000 with a down payment of $115,000 from a prior home sale. She has a 15-year adjustable rate mortgage with the following terms. The interest rate is based on the 1-year Treasury bill rate of 0.5% with a margin of 3%, and the initial rate period is 5 years with adjustments annually after those 5 years. So determine Kelsey's initial ARM. So her additional rate of her mortgage is going to be that 0.5% plus the margin of 3%, so 3.5%. So to determine her initial down payment, we're going to use the mortgage calculator with a loan amount of $160,000 and a monthly payment. Let's see. Okay, so her condo price was $275,000. No points. And her down payment was $115,000. So her loan amount is $160,000. We don't need to worry about the adjusted monthly income. That's not part of this problem, so I'm just going to blank that out. So her principal is $160,000. Her annual percentage rate is 3.5%. She's doing a 15-year mortgage, so the number of years will be 15 here. The total number of periods is 180. So her monthly payment is going to be $1,143.81. And after 5 years, the Treasury bill rate is going to go up to 1. So after 5 years, the Treasury bill rate has risen to 1.5%. What will be her new interest rate? And her new interest rate is going to be the 1.5% plus the 3%. So it'll be 4.5%.